Oh, hello. What's your name? My name is Renee. I think I've heard about you. Do you have a mommy or a daddy who's sick? I have heard about you. I'd like to tell you a story, but it's not a regular once upon a time story. It's a real story that happened to someone I know, and they're just like you. So if you want to, you can grab your favorite stuffed animal and a blanket and get comfortable. Go ahead, I'll wait. Welcome back. This is Muffin, and she's my favorite stuffed animal. She's very soft, and she has pretty big eyes and little pink ears, and one has a little bit of black on the back. I love Muffin. Muffin has a blanket, and this is one of my favorite blankets for Muffin because it has dogs on it, and it's very cute. This story is about three children. They're very young. I'll show you a picture of them. You see them? See how little they were? And there's a big dog right there. He's very dark. I don't know if you can see him. And he's giving this little boy kisses. And this little girl, she's holding a baby bird in her hand. It was a very good day, and they had a lot of fun. This story is about those three kids. I heard that you have a mommy or daddy that got sick with a pain disorder. And they might call it something, a very long name like fibromyalgia or rheumatoid arthritis or just pain. And so all of the things that maybe you used to do, like going to a park and playing, or playing games and laughing and throwing a ball or wrestling together, piggyback rides, and all of those things changed. And all of a sudden, maybe your mommy ended up in bed and she didn't feel like playing. That happened to these three kids. Their mommy got very, very sick. And she used to do everything for them. She would make their dinner and their breakfast, and she was even their teacher. She homeschooled them. So, when she got sick, it was very, very hard for them. And they were very sad because they knew that their mommy was hurting very bad. She had a lot of doctor appointments to go to, and sometimes she even went to the hospital. And they felt so sad because their mommy wasn't acting very much like their mommy anymore. She wasn't making their breakfast. They were having cereal or toast. She wasn't doing laundry anymore. Their daddy was doing that. And she couldn't go grocery shopping. And they used to look forward to that because sometimes she would buy them a treat at the grocery store. But she couldn't do that anymore. And she laid in bed for 365 days. That's a lot of days. That's a whole year that she laid in bed and was in a lot of pain. And she would cry. And they would come in and try to get her to play with them, but she couldn't play. Oh, Muffin. Yeah, she couldn't play. And the kids were very, very sad because they missed their mommy. and they were scared. What they didn't want to tell anybody was they were afraid that their mommy was going to die and that she would never come back. They were afraid because she had to go to the doctor so much in the hospital, and nobody would tell them what was wrong with their mommy. So they were very, very afraid. You think this story is sad, huh? Guess what? It's not. It's a happy story. Because you know what? I'm that mommy. And these 3 kids are my kids when they were very small. I have been sick with one of those really big name diseases called fibromyalgia. And I also have another pain disease that's called systemic lupus. And I've had it for a very long time. When my kids were little is when I got sick. Now, my kids are bigger than I am. So when they were afraid that I was going to die, they were very, very afraid that they wouldn't have a mommy. So they're very happy that now that they're big, they still have a mommy. And as you can see, because I'm talking to you, I'm not in bed. Some days are better than other days. And some days I do still lay in that bed, or I need a nap and I just need quiet. And that was very hard for them to understand when they were small. Sometimes I would have them come in and sit on my bed, and they would rub my arm like this and just talk quietly. Very soft voices. We called it inside voices. And my kids all knew that when they were in mommy's room, shh, 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 we had to be very quiet because loud noises really, really bother people with a chronic pain disease. It's too loud. We can't take it. And sometimes the chronic pain disease gives us headaches, and it's bad. And the louder the noise, the worse the pain. So we have to shh, 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 very quiet. As a matter of fact, okay, Muffin, I'm going to put you on the bed. Because I wrote you guys a little poem to help you remember. Quietly, quiet, softly, softly, little children play. When my mom is well again, outside we'll go to play. Yelling and running in the house? No, as quiet as a mouse. Outside voices in my room? No, not unless you're a baboon. Softly, softly when mommy is sick, so that she can get better really quick. So now, I'm going to tell you some of the things that my kids and I did when they were little and I was in bed on those horrible days when I had so much pain that I didn't want to think or talk. They would come in and lay beside me. And sometimes they would read me a story because my head hurt so bad I just wanted to close my eyes. Sometimes they'd lay down next to me and they liked to pet my hair. So they would play with my hair. But it was always very, very quiet in mommy's room. Inside voices are always for inside. So when you're in mommy's room, what is it? Inside voices. Very good. And that is just fine. That's always always a good thing inside. And you can even give her a little tiny, gentle hug. That's fine too. It's very important when your mommy or your daddy is sick to be very responsible. Do you know what responsible means? I knew you were smart when I met you. That's right. Pick up your toys, maybe help with the dishes in the dishwasher after a meal, or a big help to me was they carried laundry for me, or my groceries they would bring inside for me and help me put them away. And that helped me a lot. Then, all on their own, all by themselves, they came up with a game. Who could put their toys away the quietest, the most softly? And they would say, "Who did you hear put their toys away?" And I would have to say, "I heard Bobby," or "I heard Ashley," or "I heard Logan." But then they got so good at it, I didn't hear any of them at all. They really were good to me when I was sick. And that's how you should treat your mommy or daddy too. On days when you don't feel good, you really don't want to be bothered. You just want to cuddle up in your bed. And sometimes a cuddle bug partner is good to have. So if you're quiet, and step softly, you can probably sneak into the bed and cuddle up and give a gentle hug, and it'll be just fine. What I want you to know is your mommy or daddy, whichever one is sick in your house, they hurt a lot, and sometimes they're going to cry. I did, a lot. And sometimes they're going to be grumpy, and they're going to yell, and they don't mean to. The important thing to remember is they're going to be okay. Maybe not today, and maybe not tomorrow. But as you can see, my kids are adults now, and I'm not in bed. So they will have days when they're better. And then it's very confusing because they have days when they're sick again. Why doesn't this just go away? Sadly, it never does go away. But a good thing is, it's not hurting them inside to where it's going to make them, what are you afraid of? It won't make them die. You're going to have a mommy or daddy for a very long time. And that's the important thing. Because as a mommy, I love my kids very much. They're my whole world. And when I was in that bed, I felt so bad that I couldn't get up and play with them. And your mommy and daddy do too. They feel very sad that they can't get up and play. But there will be days when it's softly, and there will be days for outside voices, and you can wrestle around, and you can play games again, I promise. So anytime you're afraid, you can go up and give your mommy or daddy a gentle hug, maybe a kiss on the cheek, maybe stroke their hair or their arm, and tell them that you're afraid, that they're going to die and that they're going to leave you and never come back. And you know what they're going to say? "I'll never leave you." Because where the disease hurts, it doesn't kill us. It makes us even stronger. So the days that we can play, we want to play. Are you going to be ready for that? I thought so. Well, I'm glad that you came to see me today. And it was nice meeting you. But in my magic camera, I see that you're not alone. I see other kids just like you, and they need my help too. So I'm going to have to go and talk to them for a little bit, okay? But you're not alone. It's okay. And your mom, your daddy, they're going to be around for a very long time. So make sure that you tell them that you love them. Be responsible. Put away your toys. Be a big, big kid and help whenever you can. And the poem, one last time. Quietly, quiet. Softly, softly. Little children play. When my mom is well again, outside we'll go to play. Yelling and running in the house? No, as quiet as a mouse. Outside voices in my room? Not unless you're a baboon. Softly, softly when mom is sick, so she can get better really quick. Bye, guys. I hope to see you again really soon.